Hello everyone, welcome back to a new episode of Tell Me Why. Last time we left off, we made it here to the graveyard because we're looking for Tessa to ask her some questions.
There's Michael.
Sure is.
Wait, is this the one we called the Big Crookedy?
The exact one.
Why didn't we call it Gnarl's Branching? Total missed opportunity.
Because we weren't hip to basketball back then? Or CeeLo Green?
Damn. I remember it going all the way up to the clouds.
Everything does when you're 4 feet tall.
Alright, so there's Michael. Kinda thinking maybe we should go talk to Michael, but at the same time I feel like maybe we should respect him in this. I don't want to look at any of the gravestones yet because I'm scared I'll find the right one and it'll advance.
Just a whole lot of nothing.
You're not a gravestone at least. Ton of those.
Lost in the chaos of history. What's that mean?
Not sure. But Michael should know.
To honor those no longer with us, the Tlingit Preservation Community and the community of Delos dedicate this monument as an everlasting connection between past, present, and future generations. May the memory of our dearly departed never be lost in the chaos of history. May this be a resting place for our loved ones who have journeyed to the other shore. May our eternal love soothe the wounds of days past towards a brighter horizon. May the memory of our dearly departed never be lost in the chaos of history. I imagine it means just like, you know, being wiped out. Like the history of Tlingit society being wiped out due to, you know, people either forgetting they exist, ignoring that they exist, trying to cover up the fact that they existed, various things like that.
When did Michael's uncle die?
Last year. It was really hard on him. He's still feeling it.
Hey Michael, sorry I didn't disturb you, did I?
So, how are you, holding up?
Everything's such a mess. I thought we'd almost be done packing by now. I'm so ready to put this place behind us.
At least Mr. Hollywood Handsome over there is good company.
Funny how you never mentioned what your brother looked like before he got into town.
Oh, I just thought I'd surprise you.
You realize I can hear you, right?
Hey, you do realize I can hear you, right?
Cover your ears, the grown-ups are talking.
Rude. Well, I never.
Anyway, girl, I know you're in it right now, but try not to let it get to you. Juna's gonna seem real boring after all this, huh?
God, boring sounds so good right now. Binging terrible shows while my amazing roommate cooks something delicious. Heaven.
Delicious food for tax returns?
You got yourself a deal, mister.
Alright. I don't think I want to join you guys. Okay. William Thomas Collins. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name because I would butcher it horribly. Should I join them, or will that progress the story? Or will finding the gravestone progress the story? I don't know. Or maybe going through that gate will progress the story, because I know that was an option too. I don't know, man. Look. Hazel Salazar. What is Tessa's last name even? I don't know. Alright, before I get too into this, let's just go join them. I don't think anything horrible is going to happen, like we get thrown into a cutscene while a monster chases us or something. This isn't Resident Evil.
Is this a bad time?
With you? Never.
Don't mind me. I'm not really here.
Hey, I get to see your ugly mug almost every day. You're old news, lady.
You wound me. Deeply.
So, can I help you guys out somehow?
What was your uncle like?
So what was your uncle like?
Oh boy. Where do I start? You know that one grumpy grandpa in all the sitcoms? The one that types like a T-Rex and never leaves his recliner?
Think I'm getting the picture.
I think I'm getting the picture.
Not yet, you aren't. As grumpy as he was, they didn't make him any sweeter than him. He's the kind of guy who accepted you for where you were at, even when he didn't approve.
Not many of those out there.
You were close to your uncle, huh?
You and your uncle were really close, huh?
Definitely. I could push his buttons without even trying. My family's old school Tlingit. Spent more time with my uncle than my dad. He was the first person to test out all my new recipes. Even before Alyson.
Guess I should thank Uncle William for saving me from a muffin top.
I volunteer for taste testing.
If you need a new taste tester, sign me up.
As if you had a choice. I plan to hit you both up for feedback my whole way through school.
I'm in. As long as there's nothing as adventurous as that Tlingit-style salmon with pepper and saffron.
Pff, no, I'm promising that. Fortune favors the bold, goes double for food.
Where did you say the grave was?
So we might be having some trouble finding a particular grave.
You serious? Walk straight to the big tree, then look to your right. I swear, bats have better eyesight than you two.
Says the guy wearing glasses.
Yeah, but these are magnifying glasses. And they do infrared, so I see everything.
I'm sure they do. About this place.
Hey, can I ask you something about this place?
Yeah, shoot.
What about the Tlingit Memorial?
What's the story behind the Tlingit Memorial?
May the memory of our dearly departed never be lost in the chaos of history.
That was Uncle William.
Lost in the chaos of history?
Well, let's say you wanted room for a school or a road and didn't give a shit about ethics. Easy, you just dug up our ancestors. That shit happened a lot.
God, assholes.
Yeah, and I mean, it still happens, but not as much. We have the elders to thank for that.
So it's Tlingit. I think that's what Tyler said. I've been saying Tlingit. What's
I'll
Tlingit?
stop bugging you now.
Well, I'm here if you're ever curious.
The like letters are a bit what's the word? Deceptive.
Talk to you later.
You bet.
All right. So I can't help but notice. It said come to the tree and look to the right. Does that mean it's over there, or does that mean he wants me to go through this gate? There's the big tree.
Alyson, you coming?
I'll be right there. Well, I better make sure he doesn't get lost. See you, Michael.
Look.
Guess again.
Nope. So this would be one right, and then that would be the other right, so...
De Leon.
That's
Yeah,
the
here we
one.
Don't tell me we missed her.
Hey,
Hello,
buddy.
Mr. Eagle.
Kids, it's time.
Ooh. Yep. Where's the memory at? It's probably up... Yeah.
You really have to go, Eddie?
You can hold my hand if you want.
I can walk fine on my own.
It'll be quick, okay? Then we'll get something to eat.
The day of the funeral. I barely remember it.
That's probably for the best. I don't think either of us are exactly eager to relive what went on behind that gate.
So... I know I said we didn't have to visit her grave.
But it feels like the right thing to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, let's go visit. This must be really hard for both of them, especially Tyler, what with all the new knowledge.
Remember where she is?
No. For what it's worth, I remember staring at the water during the funeral.
It must be especially hard for Tyler, what with all the new knowledge he has about how accepting Marianne actually was.
Well, only a few steps in, and I'm already starting to regret this.
Sorry, Alyson.
Alyson, please.
I'm not going!
Alyson, come back!
Yeah. Any hope that this would be easier than last time? Totally gone.
At least this time no one's sending me away.
I'm holding you to that. Afterwards, you and I had a moment over there by the totem, right? I wonder if we could see that.
Doesn't hurt to check.
Yeah, I imagine this is super hard for Alyson too, now that we have the knowledge that she's actually the one that killed Marianne. Alright, let's head over here to the totem, but there's also a character up here. Yeah, let's go check out this character.
I took Jaina ice skating on Wednesday. I wish you could have seen her. She took off across that ice like she was born to do it. She is your child, that's for sure. Got an offer for a real job, Meech. Teaching music and history at the high school. Mama and I had some words over it. She wants us to go back to Savannah, so Jaina can grow up with family, a community. But I might take it. I'm surprised as anyone to hear those words coming out of my mouth, but I've started to come around on this place. I wish you were here to help me figure out what to do. God, I miss you, Meech. More every day.
It's sad. This is probably super. Oh wow, did it really remember my footprints? Whoa, it actually remembered my footprints. I think. Yeah, that's the line. Yeah, the footprints kind of disappear, but the track in the snow stays.
Yeah, that's where I went when I ran off.
I won't let them take you away. I'm gonna tell them the truth. You swore, Alyson. I'm gonna be okay. Please, don't worry about me.
I know I'm supposed to get over this Brown thing, but I really wish you'd been able to come visit that much.
Yeah, me too, but... Look, I didn't make any promises that day. You did. Watch.
They all think you killed her. It's not fair. I'll be okay. You have to take care of yourself now.
See?
It's possible, but I don't think so.
Well, I know so. Thinking about it got me through the rest of the day.
Yeah, I'll choose Allison's memory.
I'll be back soon, alright? Promise. I'll be back soon, alright?
Yeah, I think we're gonna go with Allison's.
Promise. Chief Brown's gonna take care of you. We'll be okay. You'll see.
Kids. It's about to start.
I'm sorry it took me so long to come back. I got so caught up in everything that...
You really don't have to explain. I understand what you were going through now.
Are you ever gonna let me finish my sentences?
Maybe someday, but not today.
Yeah, we kind of got on Allison's bad side by agreeing to shack up with Michael. So I think we need to appease her a bit by going with her rendition of that. Plus, it makes more sense.
You think Snowball still lives in there?
Snowy owls only tend to live about 10 years.
Oh, rest in peace, Snowball.
Oh, I love owls. They're like my favorite animal. Where is this memory? Oh, right here.
Man, I forgot how hard Marianne took it when Eddie's mom died.
Well, we were only 4, but yeah. She lost one of her only friends. She was always saying how she never would have found a place in Delos Crossing without Carol.
You think her death kicked off Marianne's, you know...
It definitely didn't help, but no. It was years later.
This is rough. This person was 3. Oh, that's awful. Oh, that's so awful. Finn. Rest in peace, little buddy. Jeez. The children's toys on the grave, too, is just... Ugh, that's rough.
Ty.
This is it. Right?
Yeah. God, I think I need a second.
I'm gonna have a look around, okay? I'll be right back.
Yeah, all good.
Okay. More. Yeah, I don't know that one. I don't know that one. Let's look around. Come on, there must be a collectible here, right? There's usually a collectible in like every area that we go to. Make sure I don't miss anything. That's a nice view. She said we were looking at, like, she remembers looking at the water when, during the funeral, so... What does that say? No, Reyes... Alright, let's talk to Alyson.
I still haven't found it.
Sorry. All I remember is a bird jumping around on a stump during the funeral.
Bird jumping around on a stump. 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 Whar be a stump?
She's gotta be here somewhere.
Thought maybe there'd be a stump over here, but I don't really see one. Yeah. Maybe it's further down this way? Because I think there's more graves this way, right? And this is right by the water. Yeah, there's more graves. Oh, Tyler won't let me go that way. Oh, there's a stump. Okay, there's a stump. Okay. Yep.
Alyson.
Is that her?
What the hell was going on with you? What broke?
Why didn't you say anything? We were your goblins. You didn't have to do it all alone.
Tessa?
Kids, I wasn't expecting to see. What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
Feeling a little guilty, maybe?
When we pass on, our graves are all anyone has to remember us by. Letting hers just fall apart would be cruel. I'm not a cruel person.
Cruel enough to call social services on our mother.
I wanted to protect you. Marianne was getting worse all the time. I was afraid that if things kept going the way they were, then one day...
We were going to end up dead?
Look, I'm sorry I didn't tell you the whole story back in the store, but I didn't want you to...
Enough with the excuses. What the hell happened to her? Why'd you turn your back on us?
Your mom was always just barely getting by, and over the years she burned a lot of goodwill. It got so bad, no one was willing to hire her, and the stress of that, well, it took its toll. I tried to help, but she pushed me away. She pushed us all away. In the end, she isolated herself from everyone. She was alone and out of options.
She had us! Until you threatened to have us taken away!
I couldn't let her drag you down with her. She had you stealing for God's sake. Your mother never wanted to be a part of this community. She always thought she was better than the rest of us. A spoiled little girl playing fairy princess in the woods. If she just settled down with someone instead of running around with married men, well, just ask Sam Kansky how much better that would have been for everyone.
Wait, what?
Oh God.
What happened between them?
I wasn't thinking. Please, just forget I said anything.
Tessa!
All I know is whatever went on, Laura left Sam over it. But I shouldn't have said anything about that. I promised I wouldn't. I'm sorry, kids.
This is probably a big decision. You could have done better. You did what you had to. You destroyed our family. I think you could have done better. Is probably the best option here. I don't agree with you. You did what you had to. Personally. Because... I mean, I feel like there was more they could have done to help Marianne. Like... People could have helped. People could have tried more. Especially knowing that the kids were in the situation. People could have attempted at least to try and help her more than they did. And you destroyed our family, I think is just a bit too hostile, although that might be what Tyler would go for. But that might not be what Alyson would want to go for. The end of the day is I'm not getting a full picture of exactly what was going on. Like, is it true that Marianne even had us stealing? Is that something that's true? Or was it not? Or was it something that Tessa's just once again lying about? So I have a hard time believing Tessa here about some of the things she said, and she seems to be making excuses for herself, so I think you could have done better, is what I'm going to go for.
I get that Marianne wouldn't let you help her. But there had to be a better way to deal with it. Especially if she was having some kind of crisis.
Yes, you're right. There were other things I could have done. Better things. I know I've made mistakes. All I can do now is say that I'm sorry. If I could give you back your mother, I would. I don't deserve your forgiveness, especially yours, Tyler. But if there's a place for me in your lives, I'd like to be there.
I have to know something first. Are you good with who I am?
I've been thinking about that since you came home. I believe that my life is better for having lived it by God's word. But I also believe we don't always understand what he's saying to us. I pray for guidance, and seeing you standing here in front of me, such a strong and thoughtful young man, I think I have his answer.
That means a lot to me. Thank you.
Tessa, I know the last couple of days have been heated. I'm up for a fresh start if you are, but it's not really up to me. Tyler?
Do we forgive Tessa? I mean, we forgave Eddie. I don't think holding a grudge... I mean, she seems to... like, even Tyler said that means a lot to me. I'm done losing people. I can't forgive you. I mean, she seems to regret her actions. Like, people can change. She just showed that people can change and that she's accepting Tyler now. She shows that people can change, and hopefully she changes her other shit that she does with Michael as well, where she just happens to cover up his queer event posters. I'm going to go with I'm done losing people. I think people can change, and you can't hold grudges forever. And we don't really have a lot of family in our lives, so I'm done losing people.
I'm done losing people. And if we can't let people grow, then what the hell kind of chance do we have?
Thank you. Both of you. Kids, I never knew your mother's whole story, but it was obviously very painful. She always said you two were the only good luck she'd ever had. I'm going to try harder to forgive her. I hope you can as well. If you two are in town tomorrow, come by the cafe. Lunch is on me.
There gonna be coconut cake on the menu?
You know, I think there just might be. I'll see you two tomorrow then.
We'll be there. Come on.
Yeah, we have to allow people to change. If they're willing to try, I'm willing to allow people to try and change.
That was something, huh?
Yeah, it was.
I had pretty much given up on her, but I guess sometimes people change.
I know. I feel like a total ass right now.
She probably feels the same.
I bet Tessa's thinking the same thing.
Yep. Things are gonna be real awkward my first day back in the office.
Oh, I'm sure you'll both manage to never talk about today.
Exactly. Awkward as hell.
All right, so this looks like a pretty good spot to go ahead and end this episode off. So I hope you have enjoyed this episode of Tell Me Why, and I will see you next time.